This video is about disruption and innovation, which is very relevant since we are coming out of a recession caused by the COVID-19. Everyone's talking about the new norm, but has it become just a buzzword? How do we get there? How do we implement it? You probably have not heard of Dean Foods. Well, it's a 94-year-old company and the largest milk producer in the USA. Now, what do they have in common with WeWork, a startup with a $47 billion valuation? Well, they both filed for bankruptcy in 2019, and that before the COVID-19. In his famous book, Marshall Goldsmith pointed out that what got you here won't get you there. What you have been doing in the past is not likely to hold true in the future. Just think of the camera, the flashlight, and a whole host of other products and services. They are reeling from the assault by the innocuous yet destructive smartphone. In today's rapidly evolving environment of big data and the threat of obsolescence is knocking on every door. No product or service, no technology, no industry, no company, or even an individual is immune from becoming irrelevant. And even if your product or service is unique and in high demand, is it time to bury? Recall Kodak. They kept pouring money into the celluloid film while the digital camera, which they themselves invented, was beginning to displace the film. Now what about BlackBerry? They were trying to improve and optimize the cell phone keypad until Apple created the touchscreen and put them out of business. Now what about the internal combustion engine? While many countries have issued an ultimatum on ICE cars, Norway, for example, said no ICE cars after 2025. GM, Ford, Chrysler, etc. are still investing in ICE and hybrid vehicles. The message is loud and clear. It is time you stopped optimizing that which should be buried. Where do we start? We must put on our thinking cap and start thinking. We tend to think inside a box. The boundaries of this box are very well defined. And the boundaries of this box, they are called industry norms. For example, if you're in the restaurant business, the industry standard is people come to your establishment, they eat, and then they pay. That's the standard. In the banking business, it is normal for people to give you money and you say thank you very much and you give the money to someone else. I mean, that's banking, right? In other words, if you do what everyone else is doing, you get results that everyone else is getting. And those are normal results. So you need to think yourself out of this very small box of your industry. Sadly, legacy managers will have a hard time coming up with innovative ideas. And teams are not likely to be much help either, as they are reluctant to go against the norms. For example, if you have a furniture business and one day you decide to no longer assemble furniture for your customers, the majority would say, we can't do that. But you would end up with a company called IKEA. For example, if you own a computer business and one day you decide to no longer sell your computers using a physical, again the majority would say, we can't do that. But you would end up with a company called Dell Computer. The list goes on of examples of people thinking out of the box. And by recognizing that when it comes to high performance, the majority is often wrong, it is time you stop optimizing that which should be buried and commit to innovating. When the automotive giants tinkering with ways to help the driver, the likes of Elon Musk dared to ask, instead of a human driving the car, why not let the car drive the human? This resulted in the birth of autonomous driving. The smartphone was a disruptor. The electric car was a disruptor. Watch out, the next disruptor, blockchain, is already here. The decisions you make will determine your future. Traits such as common sense, gut feel, logic, intuition, experience, etc. that you rely on to make crucial decisions will be tested to their limits. Authors of the book Billion Dollar Lessons say that between 1981 and 2007, of the 423 American companies with assets totaling more than $500 million, 46% filed for bankruptcy. At a November 2018 meeting with employees, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos said, Amazon is not too big to fail. In fact, I predict one day Amazon will fail. Amazon will go bankrupt. He went on to say that the lifespans of large companies tend to be 30 plus years, not 100 plus years. We have to try and delay that day for as long as possible. The technology train is on the move. Get on it or move over. Otherwise, you run the risk of being run over.
Sometimes you must be willing to break rules to achieve breakthroughs. For over 20 years, I have been offering in-person and virtual training on analytical decision making and negotiating. Our training is based on the 3 M's, the message, the messenger, and the method. Irrespective of whether you agree with me or not, please express your thoughts in the comments section below.